let's have a little bit of story time. Let's have some story time here. Yes, Benny Hill music is perfect in this situation because it was a calamity of errors last Friday. Now, some of you may have noticed, I'm sure most of you probably didn't even notice, that I was not here at the station doing Straight Out of the Cannon last week or on Nuestra Comunidad with Eve and Juan. For some reason, I'm sure maybe you thought I was sick or that Dr. Williams had finally caught up to me with the 2x4 and regulated on me like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. But neither is the truth. Neither is the truth. What happened on Friday, last Friday, was I almost died. Yep, that's right. I almost died. Yes, I almost died. I almost died. I was this close from not being here no more, folks. This close. It could have ended badly. So, I'm sure a lot of you remember last Friday, there was a snowstorm here in Northwest Indiana, the Chicagoland region. Big snowstorm. It was snowing. It was cold. It was just a really bad weather day last Friday. So I left the house normally, like I do around 4:40, and from the Great Miller neighborhood, as I am known to be from, and I go up on there's a new incline that they built to help us get out of the neighborhood of Miller, get to Melton Road, that they built last year, either last year or the year before last. There was an old incline that took you by McDonald's, but now I don't know why they got rid of that one, like to just build another one right by it. Like I know it has something to do with the trains or something. But anyway, I get on the incline because that's the way to guarantee that I won't get caught by a train in any way. And Lord knows I hate, and red lights too. There's too many red lights on Lake Street and the trains and all that other stuff. It's a pain in the behind. And I like to get to where I'm going to without trains and without as few red lights as possible. So I left the house, coming here to the studio so I could dispatch my weekly wisdom to you deserving people here in Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland region, and the people who are listening, for the millions in attendance. No, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, as Michael Buffer would say. But it's snowing. It's snowing, and it's slippery outside. Oh, yes, it's slippery. So I'm driving down the incline. I guess it becomes a decline when you're driving down it. And I see a man who is apparently, his car is either stopped or he's trying to change his tire. And he's going towards the road. And so I, coming down the decline at this point, I slam on my brakes. I go, oh my God, why is this dude about to walk into traffic? Why is this man about to walk into traffic? And so I slam on my brakes because it looks like I don't want to hit this guy. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Why are you out of your car? Why are you walking behind you? So I guess maybe his car stopped or whatever. But it looked like he was going towards the street. So I slammed on the brakes so I won't hit him. Well, my brakes did not agree that they did not want to stop, apparently. Because I could not stop at this point. And so now I'm headed. I got two choices. I got three choices. I could either turn left, swerve left, and go into incoming traffic where trucks and everything is coming, or I can keep going where I'm going, which is towards this man and his car, and pin him in between his car and maybe kill him, or at least injure him and maim him badly, or I could just keep turning right and go off into a ditch.
Damn!
Which is the decision I made, which was I ended up in a ditch. Yes, I was in a ditch, and now it's getting dark outside, and it's cold outside, and the weather is terrible. I'm in a ditch, and so I swerved into the ditch to keep, because like I said, I couldn't stop, so I could either go into oncoming traffic, keep going straight and murder this guy, or, you know, swerve off into a ditch. I swerved off into a ditch. So thank God the brother seemed to be unharmed. Young brother, didn't want to destroy the best years of his life. He got a long life ahead of him. But now I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this ditch. I tried to back up and get out, but now it's snow everywhere, and it's a snowstorm. And so it's I'm stuck in this ditch. And what makes things even worse, the dude saw that I swerved to keep from hitting him, and he didn't even come to see if I was all right or nothing. He got in his car and left. Somebody looked like somebody in another truck came and helped him out or something, and he just left. Left me in the ditch. Didn't offer me a ride or didn't offer to call somebody, nothing, just left. So now I'm in a ditch. So my first thing is, okay, look, let's try to get out. So it's like, it's too slippery for me to try to drive out the ditch. Okay. So then I called Natalie here, Natalie Ammons here, station manager, Natalie Ammons, and I'm like, look, I'm not going to get there on time to start Juan and Eve's show at least. So, you know, I'm stuck in a ditch. I'm literally in a ditch right now. And so she's like, well, you know, I know people here who can help you out, help you get out the ditch. And I'm like, cool, somebody can help me get out the ditch. She's like, yes. So she gave me a number to call. I called a guy and tell him, look, man, I'm literally, it's a snowstorm, I'm stuck in a ditch, bro. Like, you gotta help me out. And so he gives me his office number to the people at his office. So I call them, and they say, well, we're sorry that you're in a ditch, but we can't send somebody out there unless you can pay them $120 when they get there. And I go, well, you know, if you help me get out the ditch, you can just follow me to my house. I live 3 to 5 minutes away, and I can get you the money. I have the money, I'm just not carrying all that money with me to downtown Gary. I'm not just like, what if somebody roll up on me here at WLTH? Or you know, when I'm leaving the station or something. I'm not about to be carrying a bunch of money on me just to come to the radio station. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. So I said, but all you got to do, if you get me out the ditch, you can follow me to my house. I can give you the money in cash immediately. No, we can't help you. And then I said, well, if you send a tow truck, then leave the car in the ditch, okay? Me and you can get in the tow truck, and you can take me to my house, which is 3 to 5 minutes away. I'm right around the corner here. And we can go get the money. I can pay you, and then we can go back and get the car out the ditch. No, we can't do that. I'm like, are you serious? You literally just talked to boss lady. You know who I am. You know who she is. You know she's the radio manager at WLTH. You know I'm working WLTH. You know I'm not going to run off somewhere. Help a brother out. No, we can't help you. So I'm like, oh God. Oh God. So now it's it's getting dark, everybody. It's 5 something. Like, it's winter. So, you know, like, it's dark now. It's 6:26. It's pretty much fully dark outside. And it's 5:30 by this point, 5:30, close to 6 o'clock at this point. And I'm like, oh God. And it's cold and it's snowing. And then, like, there's a few people who are showing up. I will give those people credit. There was some good people, some brothers showed up and was like, yo, bro, man, you good? You good? You not hurt or nothing? I'm like, nah, I'm good, brothers. I'm waiting for to get out of here. And they're like, okay, we just wanted to make sure you were good. God bless those folks. But there was actually an ambulance that showed up. Somebody called an ambulance because they checked on me and they wanted to make sure I wasn't hurt. In my mind, I hope it was the brother who left me there in the first place. Maybe he called the ambulance and just was like, you know, maybe he felt bad because I was swerving not to hit him. Maybe he called, hopefully, you know, I don't know. But somebody called. So the ambulance shows up. They come and they see, hey, are you hurt? I'm like, nah, I'm just stuck in a ditch. You know, me and my car are just stuck in a ditch. And they're like, okay, we'll call somebody. So not that long after them, the police shows up, the Gary police. And I'm like, yes, the GPD. I'm sure they tow stuff all the time or get things towed all the time. And of course, they couldn't do nothing. They were no help at all. They just said, why don't you just call the guy with the tow truck? But I said, dude, they literally just said that I had to have the money right then and there, and I kind of can't get the money right now because I'm in the ditch. And they like, well, there ain't nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. You know, you're just screwed. So I'm just sitting there. So I call my folks. I'm like, yo, I'm stuck in a ditch. Okay. Thankfully, and this is why moms are great. This is why moms are, I always look, I say this on the show all the time. Mother's the most important job in America. In the world, I think it should be a paid position. I think we should pay women to be mothers. You know, don't argue with me on this. It just is what it is. Moms are GOAT, the greatest of all time. My mother reminded me that for Christmas, a few years ago, I think it was, she gave me and my older brother. Shout out to Lester. What's going on, brother? If you're listening. She gave me and my older brother AAA cards. I had totally forgot all about this because I'd never used it before. And I'm like, oh, right. You're right. That's right. You got me a AAA card. And so I called AAA. And after about 30, 40 minutes, AAA comes. Dude comes with the tow truck. I swear to God, y'all, bro got me out in maybe 3 to 5 minutes. And I was right back on the road driving like nothing had happened. Completely like, it was a complete easy peasy process. He just hooked his hook up to the front axle of the car, dragged it out, put it back on the road, just said, hey, good luck to you. And I drove to the gas station. It was that quick, that simple. So shout out to AAA. Shout out to my mother for getting me and my older brother those AAA cards. But by this point, it was about 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. And I'd been in that ditch since about 4:50. So I was in that ditch for about 3 hours. And thank God I didn't run out of gas or anything because I was able to be warm inside the ditch. So, whoo, boy. Big shout out to... Before I go to break, I just want to give a super duper shout out to this family of these 2 teenagers, and I think it was their mom. And I want to say they were Hispanic or they were Native American or something. They actually came down in the ditch with me. Before AAA came, before, everybody else sort of abandoned me and left me to die in the ditch. I'd still be in the ditch if it was up to most of the people in the city of Gary. I'd still be down there today. People going, what happened to that dude? Who knows? They actually came down in the ditch with me. They were walking. They didn't even have a car or anything. They were walking, just walking on Melton Road. I don't know where they were walking to or walking from, but the two teenagers, a young man and I think it was a young woman and a young man, they had to be about 14, 15. They came down there and they tried to help me push the car out the ditch in basically blizzard conditions. Their mom is the one who called the police. That's why the police showed up. Their mom actually called the police while they were trying to help me push. They weren't able to do it. I really wish if I could have gotten out of the ditch earlier so I could have taken them wherever they were trying to go. But good Lord, man. People talk a lot of crap about young people in this generation and about how young people aren't this, that, and the other. You got some good young people in this country. And I wish I had gotten their names. I was just so out of sorts from being in the ditch that I just sort of like, I was just so frustrated that I really didn't get their names. I wish I would have gotten their names. I would have definitely given them a shout out, them and their mom, because she raised obviously some good young people with good hearts. Again, they were walking. They were walking. Not in a car. They were walking in blizzard conditions and still came down there to see about me in the ditch and tried to help me push my car out the ditch. So don't tell me that there ain't no good young people out there and that young people don't care about nobody else except for the TikTok and all that. No. We got some good young people in this city. Let me get this call before I go to a break. Hello, caller. What's up? What's up?
Man, I'm glad you made it out of that ditch, man.
Yes.
I ain't talked to you in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But hey, I'm glad you made it out of there,
Well,
man.
thank
That
you.
was a hard-driven story, man. You're a good soldier, man. You're a young soldier.
Well, thank you.
Even though sometimes you go off the rails. Listen, tell me this, though, Scott. Now, see, this is why they say young people don't pay attention. Now, you supposed to call Benny Towing. You supposed to call 219-944-1404.
Yep.
Now, why didn't you call Benny?
I should have. You're right. I totally forgot about that. You're absolutely right. I should have called Benny Towing.
That's what I'm saying. These people, listen. Always listen to the old heads when they tell you something. Now that slipped by you, didn't it?
Yep.
See, young heads sometimes have to listen. See, man, I'm tell you like this, guy. You're a pretty intelligent young man. Like I say, sometimes, man, we wander off the reservation, we wander out the camp, and this should kind of like put you a little bit back in the direction. Now tell me this. You didn't have the confidence of someone else, like his mechanic, like the elf on the shelf, right? Then you get that, call his name, Snoop on the stoop, Martha on the mantle, and you always have the mechanic on the phone. You should always carry his number, man. You know what I'm saying? In case of emergency.
Yep.
But always remember, keep Benny, put him in your, in your callbacks. Well, it's not in your callbacks, but put him in your, in your phone.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You're
so
right.
Next time, you'll be able to call Benny. Put him in your director.
Well, thanks for your
All
call,
right,
brother.
man.
It's all good.
You have a good evening.
You too. All right, folks. I'm happy to be alive and out of the ditch. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the deal the deal that was made. No, what are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about the ceasefire. The ceasefire between Gaza, between Hamas and Israel. We'll be right back after these. Don't forget Benny's towing.